thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jameis to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. He hits Rodgers in the flat. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep is Justin Hardy, fielded just inside the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan is going to float this one deep right. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. but when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 3rd down, Ryan pushing through the contact. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now Matt Bryant, who spent 4 seasons in a Buccaneer uniform. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Well, CD, what do you make of Tampa Bay through 4 weeks? They come back out here on offense, but they're 2-2. They had the 2-0 start, then the loss to Pittsburgh. Week 4, though, 48-10, the defeat to Chicago.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's hard to figure, but they really struggled on the defensive side of the ball, and Chicago took full advantage of it and essentially blitzed them on that side because they put up big points, and then you're chasing. Tampa Bay is down 38-3 at the half. Ryan Fitzpatrick, that magic that he had, it went away, and he ended up losing his job in the 3rd quarter. Jameis Winston, his first action of this year.
So the Bucs now on a bye week 5, and then at Atlanta week 6. Who do you go with, Jameis?
I think they're going to go with Jameis Winston at that point. Ryan Fitzpatrick gave him a great start. They've lost 2 in a row. And Winston is their future. They've got to make it happen now.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue ready.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. And the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get a hook and let a running back get outside. Because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. And they'll run it here. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Ready? White 25.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
Hey, ready? Blue ready.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, he's got a look, and I think the ball's out. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
There we go. Ready? White 25.
On 2nd down, Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
4 down. Ready? Black 25.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And that is incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Tight right. Ready to go. Black 25.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Ready? Ready?
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready? Black 25. Ready? Sit down.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. To throw again is Ryan. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
On third and goal, Ryan. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now it's Wilson. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
Ready, blue ready.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Barber. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On play action, Winston. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Derek Shelby takes him down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
On 3rd down, Winston. He gets it to Humphries. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. From the gun, Winston. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
first and 10. It's Ryan. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready, blue 80. Right 25. Go!
To throw again. Ryan. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Ryan Smith right there defensively.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Ready, blue 80. That's right.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Ryan Smith right there defensively.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Yes, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready, back,
Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
ready, blue 80.
Now Winston. This is intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, blue lady.
Back to it after the pick six. Winston throwing the out route incomplete. It's Rodgers, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready, blue lady. Where's that?
Jameis now on 1st down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Ready, flag 25 behind. Ready, we go.
Winston. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. That his 1st catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Jameis now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Ready, flag 25.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. A 2nd down throw for Winston. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again with Winston. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Winston now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Ready, blue lady.
Winston to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Space to run past the 20. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Ready. Blue ready.
Here's Winston. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one and another first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He hits Rodgers in the flag. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Winston. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Coleman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Let's go.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.